Welcome to the EdTech Throwdown. Join us, Eric Geis and Nick Johnson, as we dive into today's best EdTech tools, tips, and practices. We do the research so you can teach your class. Remember to follow us on social media like Instagram, X, or Facebook by looking for the handle @EdTech Throwdown. Now please enjoy the show.
Welcome to the EdTech Throwdown. This is episode 215 called Streamlining the Classroom, Top Content Creation and Search Tools for Educators. It's been a while, so in this episode we'll be talking EdTech tools as we bring you a list of some of our favorites for content creation and online searching. This is another episode you don't want to miss. Check it out.
We are back with episode 215. This is an episode that we haven't done in some time, I think. This is like the brain dump of EdTech tools that we have found over the last couple of months. Nick and I, we have a shared list. It's like a Google Doc, but it's on an app that we use, that anytime we see or hear about a cool tool, we write it down into this list, and once we get enough of these tools, then we make an episode where we just share out some of these tools and their uses and see if any of them stick in your everyday life, and it's pretty cool. I know that we have more than enough of these to probably do about 6 episodes right now, but we're just going to choose 10 or so tools, and we're going to bring these to you, and hopefully there's something that is going to catch your eye. But over the next, 5 to 7 episodes, you're going to probably get some of these type of episodes with a couple of our other content-heavy, episodes like our deep dives and things. We know that we have School's Out episode coming soon where we dive into things that we're excited to try during the summer when we have more downtime, maybe books that we're going to read and podcasts we're going to listen to, and we'll have some other ones as well thrown in there. But really excited for this one because there are some really, really cool tools that we have found.
Yeah, is that the summer episode? And this is going to come out on the 18th of May. Does that mean our next episode after that? June 1st, would that be our summer episode? I guess it could be. A lot of people wrap up around June 1st.
Yeah, usually it's the last one before we go out for the summer, and we're out the 20th, somewhere around the 20th this year. So it will probably be the next one after that.
Okay.
So maybe we do 2 of these episodes, this type of episode, and then after that will be the summer's out. Let's go read books and try tools and listen to podcast episodes.
Okay, yeah, that's a good plan. For today, obviously, as you can tell by the title, we're talking kind of a strange pairing: content creation on one hand, searching tools on the other hand. But if you think about it, those two often go hand in hand, because if you are creating content, chances are pretty good you're also doing a bunch of online searching. And online searching has changed a lot with the advent of your AI tools, so you'll see that reflected in some of these things. Obviously, we're not going to just bring up Google, so we're going to bring in some hopefully different ways to accomplish these two tasks that are not like the standard content creation or the standard online searches to, well, one, bring all of our listeners something new and different to test out because we think that's what people like, but also meet this new world of technology where AI is such a huge part of everything. So I think with that, we'll pause for a word from the Teach Better Podcast Network. And when we come back, we'll get through our list of 10 tools within these two categories.
This podcast is a proud member of the Teach Better Podcast Network. Better today, better tomorrow, and the podcast to get you there. You can find out more at teachbetter.com/podcasts. Now let's get back to the episode.
All right, so let's get right into our list of tools. I'll go first with this one, and the category for this one is consumer insight and ideation. So my first tool is called answerthepublic.com. And this is a search tool. It allows us to find what everyone is out there searching within some type of a category. And what it does is it allows people to enter a category. Like for this one, I'm going to, in the search box, you could search by website or you could search by keyword. I'm going to put in youth travel baseball because I feel like that's been my life over the last couple of months. And then when I search that, it will basically give me this visualization. So picture this big wheel. If you're familiar with the codon and anti-codon wheel in biology, it kind of looks like that. But it's color-coded. I couldn't tell you what the colors are, but it looks pretty nice the way that it's organized. So for search engines, people are searching best youth travel baseball teams, youth travel tryouts near me, youth travel baseball team names, youth travel baseball team insurance. So basically anything that goes with the youth travel baseball theme there on search engines, it's bringing up some of the hot topics. It also has shopping. So they're searching for youth travel baseball accessories, USSA bats versus USA bats. That's a certification of bat and what it's made out of. And then the best brands of hats for youth travel baseball. So those are some of the ones. And you can click on any of these categories and expand it, and it's going to bring up more. There's social media, how to make a social media page for your travel baseball team. There's some hashtags that are most commonly used in there, and youth travel baseball bats. And then there's some AI models that are also searching for youth travel baseball, where they could do best composite bats for 12U players, how to find reputable travel baseball organizations, and affordable youth programs for travel baseball. So AI models are also searching for it as well. What I really like about this is, like in education, we can ask our students to take a look at this, or we could bring this up and just put it onto the board and ask them to tell the story behind this graphic. This can be used for students to identify science fair or science research projects, really anything that you could think of. So I really like Answer the Public. It is you have some free usage there, but you also have like a paid subscription that you could do. There's really no need to do it because you have daily limits, and it's going to be very rare in education, I think, that you use those daily limits.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that's an interesting tool to check out. Mine is similar to that, and we put these side by side because they both kind of focused on like an enhanced search, if you want to think about it that way. So keep that in mind as I bring in my tool here within this little mini category. I don't know how you pronounce this. It's meant to be a combination of Google and GPT. So the website is googpt.ai. I guess you could go googpt or googpt.ai, whatever. Let's just not describe it at all. GPT Go is like the name of it. Okay, so the idea is this. We need both things. We need to use your AI tool maybe to help you find information and display it for you in a readable form quickly. But there's still a place for your classic Google search too, right? Where you want to read actual sources, especially as educators. We want to be encouraging kids to actually read the sources and not just take whatever the AI spits out. GPT Go kind of combines those things. So when you go there, you can search for a topic. I tested this out with, I just said I need to make a PSA video about seal hunting and let it go. And it's going to put side by side like the AI response. It uses ChatGPT, so it puts that together. But then also directly next to that, it basically lists out like the Google search results from this thing. So you can see these two things that you're after all in one place, which I think is really great and gets at sort of what we want students to do with AI. The one thing I'll say is there's a ton of ads on this site, so I'm not sure if this is going to get around like whatever monitoring tools your school uses for students. However, it'd be great to show them that this kind of thing is out there. You might find this useful as you're doing your own research into different things. And it's just a really neat combination of those two. Of course, Google kind of does this, right? If you just go to Google, it's going to give you the AI results on the top. And then beneath that, it's going to have all of the actual websites to check out too. But the visual on this one is just a little bit more like in a side-by-side way. So I like this a lot to model that process that we're looking for currently with like search engine usage and also AI usage.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one. Our next category is audio and video AI. So both of these will have AI in them, which is fine. The name of my tool is 11 Labs. It's 11labs.io. Basically, it's taking text and duping it over and getting AI narration of your text. There are some video advantages to this, I should say. So if you want to make a script and you get that script read by an AI robot, then you can have one of the AI video creators make it into like a reel or a TikTok video or something like that. I will say this, I love 11labs.io for my escape the rooms, because as I lock kids into a room, and I have air quotes up there, I'm not locking kids into the room, but when we're doing our escape the rooms, I always have this AI generated voice with this AI generated video of a character. Usually it's some type of evil science guy, evil scientist or whatever. And they're basically giving the kids the introduction. They're setting the stage of the setting. And I love using 11 Labs for that narration. This is another one where you have credits that you're given, so you could try it out. I don't use it enough per month in order to have to pay for it. You could have up to 3 projects in studio. When you are done with the project, you could just delete the project in the studio, and that opens you another project there. But you could do text-to-speech, speech-to-text, sound effects, voice designs, music, productions, image, and video, all in there. And you get 10,000 credits per month. I think each character is a credit, but I cannot confirm that. But this is enough for me. I make maybe 2 to 3 escape to rooms per month for teachers in our building. I should be able to get away with 10,000 credits for intro videos and intro to each clue, like videos as well. So check out 11 Labs. I think there's a lot of different uses that you could do to be creative. You could also do, if you do any type of asynchronous learning, so you don't need to keep saying the directions over and over. You could just make a little script of your directions and have your little science assistant, evil Dr. Nicholas Johnson III comes out, and if you click that button, the little video plays with the directions there, so they could get it at home or whether they're in class, so you're not answering that same question over and over again.
And then next up, we've got invideo.io. I think I actually brought this to one of our EdTech Throwdown presentations a few maybe years back, maybe this past year. I don't know. They all blend together. But this is like a higher end AI video creation tool. You would have to pay for this like full out. It's not much. So this is going to really only be for teachers that want to go into the world of like more than just the credit based creation or like maybe a little snippet of a video that it'll do for free. This one's like the real deal, right? It's very powerful. AI video creation can do all kinds of stuff. Why this might be important in an education space, some things you might not think of. Just like creating videos for your classroom, for your students. You could have it do that, and because it's a paid for tool, the quality is going to be higher than maybe some other free versions of this. Could help with other things like school marketing, news shows for the school. But it's worth mentioning this, I think, as one that's out there. The monthly cost isn't bad. So there are, we talk often about there's some things that are worth paying for out of pocket. And in video, if this was a world that you wanted to go down, might be one of those tools. If it's something your school needs you to do, like maybe you're in charge of some sort of social media for the school, this might be worth them paying for too. So it's definitely worth checking out. If you get to their their main page and you can just kind of click through some of the stuff that they will actually do, there's tons of things here, right? They've got an AI image generator, AI video generator, a clip generator, a full movie maker. They even do AI video editing, which is really interesting. So you can give it a video and then it edits it for you. So, doing things like taking out pauses or ums. It's got voice cloning, video translators, all kinds of stuff. And then you can, of course, push things straight to YouTube, Instagram, platform of your choosing. So another good example of like a higher end AI tool, InVideo.ai.
All right. InVideo sounds like an awesome one. Super excited to check that one out. Let's get into the next one, which is niche media search. So that's exactly what it kind of sounds like there. For mine, I'm going to do playphrase.me. It's basically a search engine for movie clips. So if you wanted to go there to playphrase.me, you can do a lot of things with video clips. For example, I searched in best friends forever. So anywhere that phrase comes up in a movie or some type of, I guess, multimedia, because I do see TV shows in here, it's going to bring in those clips. So there's like a 3-second clip from Pineapple Express, it says it, Bridesmaids, A Little Bit of Heaven, How I Met Your Mother, Click and Collect, whatever that is. But there are clips there where it says it. You can do a lot of cool things, like make a mix of them all. So you could drag them in and kind of like make a little mixed video of them all. I could see this being useful in personalizing your classroom, introducing something, or just getting goofy. All right, sometimes goofy helps you connect people. There's a little tour that gives you a tour of the website. There is a premium version which will allow you to unlock premium subscription and premium features. I don't think you really need those. You can also download these little 3-second, 4-second, 10-second clips, and you can upload them into like Google Vids or WeVideo or Canva Video or anything like that and make whatever it is that you need. So very cool here. I like this one. People connect through music, people connect through video, and I think this is a way that you can connect with your kids.
Yeah, playphrase.me is one of my favorites if I can't think of like a better way to introduce a lesson. Like you just type in a phrase that relates to something you're about to teach about and let it cycle through all the movie clips that contain that phrase. And it's just like a fun, silly thing. Just educational value is, I don't want to call it low because it serves a strong purpose, but there's no like real learning happening there other than as sort of like a fun hook, and sometimes that's all it takes. I'm going to do my next one pretty fast because it's simple. It is called Eaglecraft, and like straight up, it's just a way to play Minecraft in a web browser. So dodging all like the typical ways you would play Minecraft, you could go to Eaglecraft and just play it there, right in the browser. We don't have to get into all the educational benefits of Minecraft. That's obvious. There's even like a whole Minecraft for education space that's like out there. And this is just a cool way that you can enable that, especially if if your students are dealing with Chromebooks, then they're going to need a way to do things in that browser space, and EagleCraft would allow it. It does look like there's some sort of a credit situation to go along with this, so I'm not sure if you would get like unlimited play here, but it seems pretty cool. Personally, I've never been a Minecraft guy. I've actually never even been in a situation to play it. I'm not sure even why that is, and I'm not sure if you have, but it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like it would have been right up my alley. So eaglecraft.com, web browser Minecraft. Pretty cool.
I'm not a big Minecraft guy. I did watch the movie, but I don't think I've ever played the game.
Yeah.
But, if it's that easy, I might give it a shot. I don't even know if my kids have ever played Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's playing it, it's you. I mean, you got 3 boys of the age to be... But maybe kids aren't playing Minecraft anymore. Is that
the same as Roblox?
I don't know.
Or Roblox?
I think it's similar, but Roblox seems more popular right now. But whatever.
I know my one son did play that for a while.
Yeah.
And brain rot, whatever the heck that is. He says that it's not what it sounds like. And I should probably be a better parent and go check that out. But it is what it is. Let's get into the next one. My next one's called Napkin AI. It's part of the visual brainstorming category. It basically uses AI that turns text descriptions into professional-looking diagrams and visuals at a pretty quick pace. It's designed to help visualize thoughts during the writing process. So when you go over to their site, it's pretty... it's a clean site. It will show you exactly how you get started. You can just use your any type of text by importing or pasting the text into Napkin, and then you click the little lightning button to help generate visuals of your writing. And what that's going to do is, depending what phase you are in your writing, it will help kind of organize you in a way that should help writing be a lot easier. Once you are done with bringing in everything and it makes that initial mock-up, you can polish it up and change it until it feels right. And you could make it look a lot different. There are different fonts that you could use, colors, shapes, all that good stuff. And then after you're done with there, you could take it anywhere. You could add it to a PowerPoint, a PDF, PNG, SVG file, and you could use it wherever you need. So I'm thinking if someone wrote a research paper and then they have to do a presentation, you upload your research paper, it's going to help you make these visuals. So when you're talking about it in your presentation, you don't have a lot of words there. And for me, that's a home run.
Yeah, or like if you're trying to put together a fresh-looking syllabus, all you have to worry about is the text. Put the text in there, and it's going to automatically create the visuals to go along with that text, and it's very easy to use. This is one I definitely brought up at a recent EdTech Throwdown, and I like Napkin AI. It's a unique little content creation tool. As is my next one, ImagineExplainers.com. Super cool. This is all about creating visual explanation videos from text. So you simply would go there, tell it what you want to make a video about, and it will create an explainer video about that topic. If you're not familiar with this concept of an explainer video, they're essentially like what the internet calls educational videos, where you have like a very brief explanation of more or less how something works. Clearly the applications to education are strong here, because a lot of the stuff that we do is explainer videos, just in the form of like a lesson. My immediate thought here is anybody in the flipped classroom world could do this type of video style, this explainer video style, for their flipped classroom lessons. So it's pretty cool. Another pay element to this, but you can find discount codes to get around some of that stuff. And the one thing that sets them apart, because there's other tools that do this too, is the storytelling aspect of the videos that they can produce. I checked out some of them, and they're really good. Above and beyond, like if you've ever played around in Notebook LM, it'll create a video from your content, but it's a little bit dry. This is definitely like the leveled up version of that. So you can check it out if you're a teacher that's interested in that type of thing. ImagineExplainers.com.
All right, let's get into our last topic, which is one called tool directories. For mine, I'm going to talk about one called commontools.org. Commontools.org is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of online tools, and it says online tools for students. So as I go in there, there are a whole bunch of different tools from, I don't know, it looks like handwriting to, there's one that we don't want them to see, which is the Humanize AI text. Probably don't want them to know about that one. Text cleaner, text compare, compare code online, line graph maker. There's a whole bunch of these. Animated gradient background generator. Free invoiced generator. We might be able to use that one for our design lab. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Random emoji generator. That's another one that might be okay to use. Random team generator. I could see teachers using that one. Numbers to words converter. This thing just keeps going and going and going. Random MLB team generator online tool. So that's pretty cool as well. Margin calculator, hobby generator. There's converters like kilograms to pounds converter. Some of the most common ones, feet to yards. Temperature converter, velocity converter. Speed converter, force converter, length converter, volume converter. That was just the first page. There's many more pages on here, but there's a whole lot of different things that you might be able to use. I'm just searching all tools right now, but there's a category tool which will allow you to kind of take a look at it. There's 5G, there's converters, cryptography, CSS, editing, general programming, random generator, text analysis. Unit conversion, web, wireless, and writing are the categories. So there's tons of categories, tons of tools. Maybe one of those is going to be good for you. I'm going to check out that invoice converter because we were just talking about creating invoices within our design lab, because we're working on students being the content and designers of things that we can print out in our design lab, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's posters and stuff like that. And any money that would be generated there would be used to buy equipment for that design lab or consumables for the design lab. So we're trying to get it so we're not just going through consumables. We're able to do little fundraisers and stuff for school groups, our own in-house way of keeping things in-house and replenishing our consumables. So this invoice might be a good thing.
And then the very last one is very similar to that one. It's called onlinetools.com, and it's a similar thing. It's a tool directory. I always like to remind people with any of these tool directories, you want to just every once in a while, go scroll through a couple of them, because you're going to find things probably like what we just shared with what you were just talking about. You would never have thought that would be like a need, but once you know that it exists, it can be very helpful, and mine's the same thing. So onlinetools.com is the URL for this. I'm just going to do kind of what you did and read through some of their most popular tools, just to give you an idea of what I mean. Like, okay, here's the first one that they list out, a transparent PNG maker. I never would have necessarily thought about that. However, there's a lot of times where like I find a picture file online, but the background isn't transparent. And yes, I can do that in Canva, but that's got some extra steps to it. Also, doesn't always work the way I want it to, so maybe good to have like another option for this. Changing the colors of a PNG file. Adding a border to a JPEG. Reversing a GIF. Changing a GIF's speed. This is what I'm talking about. Pixelating a JPEG. Like, who would have even thought? But that's a pretty cool thing to know that you can do. Remove the background of a GIF. Very interesting. A lot of GIFs have like obnoxiously colored backgrounds. You can get rid of that stuff. Add prefix to text lines. I don't really even know what that one means. I'm just trying to find some of these that are a little bit more interesting. Shuffling letters, shuffling lines, generate a random number, calculate a number sum, and the list here is basically endless. So these are always very fun for me to look at, and I think the same is going to be true for a bunch of our listeners as well. Let's just lump these together as one. I'll read off both URLs at the same time. commontools.org and onlinetools.com, where you're going to find much of the same stuff, but you gotta give them a scroll until you find a couple things in there that are useful. Bookmark those bad boys so you have them for the future.
All right, so just as a recap for 215, your consumer insight and ideation is answerthepublic.com, googpt.ai, however you want to say it. Our audio-video AI is 11 Labs and nvideo.io. Our niche media search, playphrase.me, eaglecraft.com. Visual brainstorming is napkin.ai, imagineexplainers.com. And finally, tool directories are commontools.org and onlinetools.com. This has been another episode. This is a collection episode from the EdTech Throwdown. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the EdTech Throwdown. Do us a couple of favors. Subscribe to our podcast on any major podcast catcher such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and Stitcher. Go over to YouTube, search the EdTech Throwdown, subscribe to the channel. You can connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The show's handle is EdTech Throwdown. You can connect with Geis at GeisGotTech, Nick at NickGotTech. You can write us an Apple Podcast review. You can tell your friends about www.edtechthrowdown.com. And lastly, go over and check out our friends over at the Teach Better Podcast Network, a network that we are so proudly involved with. Until next time, remember, go try some EdTech because we will do the research so you can teach your class.